Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. I was just reading about my fantastic high school baseball career there for the Denison Schleswig Monarchs. But it's time for a Wednesday word. It's Wednesday, of course, and obviously we've got another great KMA land competitor on today's Wednesday word. Now, I was reading there about my baseball career, kind of goes hand to hand with this one today. 11 years after I played for the Monarchs, I'm taking the ultimate challenge and going up against one of the state's best softball pitchers, Madison Kezer, last year Class 2A State Pitcher of the Year. She struck out 15 batters against Des Moines Christian in the state championship, had double-digit strikeouts in every single game of that state tournament, has had double-digit strikeouts in every game this year, other than one where she struck out just 9. That's still pretty good. But Madison Kezer is more than pretty good, and I challenged her a couple weeks ago see if she could strike me out. And today I went to Treynor, and I talked with Madison. I talked with Kate Killinger, her catcher, asked for a few pointers, and then, you guessed it, I took 4 at-bats against Madison Kezer. Today's word is the one thing that I hate the most, and the one thing that Madison Kezer wanted to do the most: strikeout. She wanted to strike me out. I didn't want to strike out. That's the Wednesday word. Here's our interview. Here's my at-bats. All right, Madison, about to do this thing here. First of all, my big question for you is, are you aware of what you're up against?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm serious. Take this book here.
Okay.
No, first,
Not that.
Not that. Take that book and go to the marked page right there. And go to fewest strikeouts. Fewest strikeouts. Who's that? What's that name?
Derek Martin.
How many?
5.
I only had 5 at bats though, so.
Oh, yeah. That would be unfortunate.
No, but so if you strike me out, you'll be in selective class there. So first of all, before we go and do that, talk a little bit about the season to this point. Obviously, it's been a good one. You've struck out like 6,000 batters or so. Talk about how things are going.
Right now, we pretty much just take one game at a time, try to get prepared for that game and just think through what's all happening and get the team all fired up.
Started the year with 14 strikeouts against AL in a 1-0 game, and so every pitch and every at-bat mattered. Can you take us through that game a little bit and how unnerving that one was? I know you're not a girl that gets unnerved, though.
Yeah. Actually, the whole team, you could tell, was very nervous, especially both teams, first at-bats for everyone throughout the year. So, everyone's a little bit jittery, so that's how things kind of went into play.
Didn't know if you were going to give up a run all year, but you ended up doing that. When that happened, was that a down point for you? I mean, was it a goal for you to never give up an entire run all season long?
I mean, yeah, that's always a goal, to do your best every time. But, it happens, and I know that I can't be perfect, and I have my fielders to back me up every time. So. And
the hitting so far this season, it seems like it's gradually gotten better overall. Can you tell us about obviously when you get some runs, it's big, but talk about the lineup this year. It's not a lot different from last year.
Right. It's really not a lot different at all. We've just kind of moved some people around, but we're still working on getting back into the swing of things. Everyone's in that same situation at the beginning of the year, but we're definitely starting to get on a roll now.
Speaking of offense, I know you didn't hit last year. I don't think you ever hit.
No.
Why don't you hit? You can't hit?
Actually, last year I hit at the beginning, and I ended up jamming my thumb, and we decided that we have other people on the team that can hit, so.
Just not worth it. Now here's a picture. If you get a picture of that, can you scan in on that? Got that, Ryan? See that picture? I found this picture online. That's some serious muscle right there. I was a little intimidated. Is this what you looked like last year, or have you been working on the weights?
Actually, we started a new strength and conditioning class this year, so our strength and conditioning coach has definitely been pushing all of us to get bigger, better, faster, stronger.
So would you say you've added some velocity on your fastball, or talk about yourself, maybe comparing from last year where you're the Class 2A State Pitcher of the Year to this year. Are you a better pitcher?
I'm definitely not at my peak yet. Working through the beginning of the season is always hard because coming off of last year, there's always going to be pressure and everything. But like I said, we have to take it one game at a time, and I'm just trying to do my best and let my fielders do the rest behind me.
Definitely. I want to talk a little bit about the cohesiveness of you and Caitlin Killinger, your catcher. Like you said, she's been catching you since 7th grade. What's that like to have somebody back there knows what you're thinking, you know what she's thinking?
We're definitely inseparable. We've played together, obviously, since we were 7th grade when she moved here. So it's really nice that she knows my pitches and, my tendencies. So we understand each other. So if anything would ever happen, like we would need to, call our own pitches or anything, we can always count on each other because we understand each other.
Great. So how many pitches do you have? You're not going to tell me?
No, not going to tell you.
I'll ask Kate about that. But can you give me a number of how many different pitches you throw, though?
Let me think. 5 or 6.
I know you're going to Kirkwood next year, right? So
Yeah.
I once went to Kirkwood, Iowa City, but for a semester. Talk about going there, the decision to go there, what you waited on, and playing there. What you're going to expect this next year?
Right now, actually, Kirkwood did really well this year. They won their regional, and so there's big expectations there next year. And how I kind of decided to go there is my brother's in Iowa City, so I really liked the Iowa and their campus and everything and the life up there. And I knew some kids that went to Kirkwood and have really liked it. And then I went on a visit after state volleyball, and I talked to their coach, and he was like, really would like to have you on the team and stuff. So I thought about it and went up for a second visit and then talked with the coach. And, he took me around, showed me the girls, showed me the field, the facilities. And right then I knew I would rather play. Like, my decision was between playing softball and not playing softball because I knew I wanted to go to Kirkwood no matter what because they have a great nursing program too. So when I decided, I'm like, I'm going to regret not playing. So I'd rather play and see if I like it, which after the start of this year, I was like, I made the right decision.
I would regret you not playing. Talk about the pitching situation there. Are there pitchers coming back, or do you know?
Since it's a community college, they are only 2 years. So they have one girl who, the Earlham pitcher, actually is going D1 next year. So she was a freshman this year. So she's leaving. And they usually keep 4 pitchers on staff, I think. So then I think 2 of the other ones are sophomores. So they're going to be leaving. So they're bringing in new pitchers next year.
Amber Loggeman, is that the name of the Earlham?
Yeah, I know her name's Amber.
Who cares? This is about Madison Kezer. And I guess last but not least, what are you going to show me out there? Have you been thinking about this moment for a while, this challenge?
I don't really like to think that much if I get in my own head. So, I'm just going to take it when I get up there.
All right. Well, Madison Kezer, thank you very much. We're going to talk to Kate, and hopefully she gives us some pointers on how to just make some contact. Thanks, Madison.
Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, we're talking now with Kate Killinger. And Kate, Caitlin or Kate? What do you go by? Okay, we'll go Kate. Kate Killinger. I kind of like Kate.
She's what I'm known for.
Okay, gotcha. It's been a while. Haven't seen you since. Well, I've seen you, but since the last, the state championship. You think about that every single day?
It comes to mind a lot. Yeah.
So do I. But nonetheless, let's talk about what's going on here today. Madison Kezer versus Derek Martin. Madison, she's kind of a good pitcher, Class 2A state pitcher of the year. I've never hit off of a softball pitcher. I haven't, I've done some alumni game stuff, but I don't swing the bat too often. Talk a little bit about me going in there. What am I going to expect to see from Madison?
Lots of movement, probably. She's good at placing the ball, and she can do whatever she wants with it, so she does pretty well.
You have any pointers for me as far as what to do at the plate? Have you ever faced her?
I have before once, but it was back in probably when I was a freshman because I was on varsity and she did the varsity batting practice sometimes. So,
any pointers?
Watch the ball. Don't jump out of the way.
That's kind of the thing with Madison, I think. Last year at the state tournament, I don't think anybody really thought of her as a overpowering pitcher. She wasn't a fastball. I mean, you talked about the movement. Which ways does she move the ball? I'm trying to get a lot here from you.
She's good at placing it. I don't know. She can move it inside and outside, so.
Is that a fair statement to say? She's probably not a power pitcher?
She's not the fastest we've ever seen, but her placement helps and she's strong. So
she can be. I'm not saying she throws the ball slow, but I would say power. She's just got a lot of different pitches, I guess. That's what makes her as good as she is. Talk about you, and I asked Madison about this. You and her, as far as the cohesiveness, the bond that you guys have. You've been catching her for she said since 7th grade. Can you talk about what that's like?
Well, you become really close. You spend a lot of hours together, and basically you better be good friends or else your battery as a team is not going to be as able to work as well together. And I think that's one of the strong points for us is we're really good friends. So
Do you think that was a big thing last year and this year as far as just kind of gives you an edge over other teams maybe?
I don't know as an edge, but it's just something that works really well for us.
How about this year's team? Didn't change a lot from last year. I know Alex Snyder's gone out of the leadoff spot. That hurts. Obviously, you lose a player like that, but you've got players to fill in. Talk about the team this year.
We're doing well. I think it's something we're going to have to recover from, but we're doing well, and we're not going to use that as an excuse to not play well. And, seeing my little sister step into the leadoff position, that's pretty cool for me.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to feel sorry for you guys this year that you lost Alex Snyder. So is Tracy Purdy, is she filling in center, or what's the – I haven't seen you play this year yet.
Tracy's in center. She's doing really well out there. Her batting's coming along, so it's a good fill.
Can you take us through the rest of the infield, outfield? Is it all the same?
Everything is the same except for right field. Our right fielder isn't out this year. She's having some stomach problems. She's been sick lately. But Jennifer Owens and Laura Hempel have been playing right field.
So we've got Gracie Myers at third, your sister Lexi at short, Lexus Rogers at second, Emma's at first, Emma Feeney. You, of course, are the catcher. Madison's the pitcher. Left field, we've got Maddie Jacobson. So center is Purdy. Yep. And then right field, you mentioned Hempel and Owens. I'm pretty good, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that team from last year, folks. You'll never forget it either. Thanks a lot, Kate, and let's do this thing.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah. All right. 0-1.
As you can see with that first at bat, I wanted to show her, get her thinking a little bit, show the bunt just a little bit, and get the defense moving around. Get her thinking a little bit herself. Next pitch, she put on the outer edge, lined it. Well, grounded it right to second for an out. Second at bat will be better, I guarantee it.
Okay.
She went in 2-1. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's third strike.
I thought you start over every time when he's hitting it off.
Got 2 strikes on me?
Foul ball on that one, yes sir. 2. One ball, 2 strikes.
Okay.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Let's watch this. Let's take a look at that one again. Let's look at this one again. Ooh. Great at bat right there. Lots of pitches. That's just me battling at the plate. And then eventually she put one in my wheelhouse, and I sent it off the wall in right field. So I'm getting better. Next one will go over the fence. All right, so that one, she got me out of my front foot a little bit. I was lost. I was off balance. Just a little lame little ground ball to first base, and with my speed, I'm not beating that thing out. Well, that one you don't see happen very often. Madison Kezer, she was amazed. Look at her. She's just amazed that I was able to hit that one. You don't see it happen very often where Madison Kezer just lays a fat one out there for me. Sure, I may have been off balance, may have reached out with one hand, but heck, I'll take a fly out to left any time against that pitcher. All right, so what did we learn? Number one, Madison Keezer's pretty good. She can really move the ball around, keeps people off balance very well. Always moving is the ball. There's a few times I just shut my eyes and swung. A couple of those foul balls ended up nicking in there, and you saw that time she came up and in on me. That was pretty ugly, too. Number two, well, I got pretty lucky one time. Hit one off the wall out there in right field. That was felt pretty good, and you saw me do the little Vince McMahon walk afterwards. Felt pretty good about myself. And number three, and most of all, what we found out about today, Madison Kezer, no matter how many people she strikes out this year, there's one person that she cannot strike out. This guy right here. And that's the truth. And that's it for today's Wednesday Word. Thanks a lot to Madison, to Kate, to both Coach Travis's, and all the other Treynor girls for taking time out to do this week's Wednesday Word.